Okay, well, hello and welcome to this YFP 202 webcast. So happy to see all of you here jumping in. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm up in snowy Alberta, and I'm a little jealous of some of you who are in 30-degree weather right now, but it's all good. So in January, we taught you how to use the YFP Business Blueprint to help you and your new builders set goals and create a simple action plan that can take them from zero to senior director or higher in 12 months or less. And to achieve this in 12 months, you want to hit these three objectives. So to find serious builders, or first one, find serious builders, serious builder a month, and teach them to do 500 PV monthly block of product volume by guiding them through your Explore Opportunity Tour. Second, you want to find 2 new customers a month by guiding them through your wellness tour and the Learn and Earn. And third, you want to teach your key leaders to duplicate this process by connecting them to high quality training. Then in February's webcast, we taught you the importance of having the right mindset for success in Shaklee and what the masters do to cultivate a growth mindset. And now that we've laid the foundations, it's time to shift gears and teach you how to use the power of Facebook to help you achieve your key daily activity goals of guiding one person through either tour, your business or your wellness tour, to enroll new builders and customers. And to help you learn how to do that, or how to turn Facebook into your personal prospecting powerhouse, we're very excited to tell you that we have an incredibly special guest for tonight's webcast, and that is business leader Chelsea Holm. So if you're new to YFP or this is the first time you've been to one of our live events, please type in the chat where you're from. And I think most of you have already done that, so we can give you a big welcome. And if you're watching this on our live stream in Facebook, please type in the comments if you have any questions, where you're watching from, and I will be monitoring that here on my phone. And so just as everyone's coming in, I want to give a couple shout outs to Maria's in New York. And I think I have Florabelle is there. Nice to see you, Florabelle. Janet is there. Deborah, good to see all of you. And thank you so much for joining. And for those of you in the Facebook, it's great to see you, Sandy and Judy and Red. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And I also think I see Debbie Miller in there, so it's great to have you all there. So then, for those of you who don't know me, I am Kristen, Kristen Heenahan. You can call me Coach Kristen, you can call me Kristen. Either way works just great. And I joined the business back in 2009 when I was looking for an alternative way to make an income. I've been working as a server for many years and was kind of tired of the hustle and bustle and wanting to start a family. The server or the restaurant industry isn't always the most family friendly. It's usually very wonky hours, and my husband and I would be just passing kids off and maybe seeing each other in between if we're lucky. And so I went looking for an opportunity online, and I came across this opportunity through an online ad. And what was beautiful about this is I was able to go and explore everything here. I was actively searching it out and I could explore everything, and there was no pressure. I never ever once felt pressured into doing this. But what I really loved about it was how it was presented out. It was easy to follow, it was step by step, and everything was laid out beautifully. And I really understood what was here. And so in 2009, I joined, and I have been here ever since, built my way to director using online tools, these specific online tools from YFP. And so, your Freedom Project, or YFP for short, has, from back when I started, has evolved into a 360-degree ecosystem of tools and training that help distributors grow faster, save time, and get more freedom, because I know that's why many of us have joined this business in the first place. A couple things to remember is you have 2 tours that you can guide your prospects through, which gives you a simple 3-step process for enrolling new builders and new customers. And Facebook is a key tool because you can use it to fill your funnel with curious prospects. And another reason we want to talk about Facebook is because of Shaklee Legal. I'm sure many of us have come into this already, and their new monitoring software called FieldWatch. And a lot of distributors have had a little slap on the wrist by Shackley legal department, and this has made it harder for some distributors to figure out how to use Facebook without getting into trouble, and has put a little bit of hesitation in there as well. And in fact, we were so concerned about this that we worked with Facebook experts in the network marketing space last year and were blown away by what we learned. And we realized that with just a few simple changes, anyone can win on Facebook without getting in trouble. And so we want to share what we've learned. So in tonight's webcast, you'll discover how to turn Facebook into your personal prospecting powerhouse without getting into hot water with Shackley Legal. And in this webcast, you'll learn why Facebook for network marketing, where to put your focus on Facebook, updating your profile, plus much more. And when you stay to the end, we're going to give you a link to a download of our new daily activity checklist, absolutely free. And we're also going to draw some names for those of you who engage with us in the chat and in the Q&A during this class to win a free giveaway. And here's what we'll be giving away. And the other thing is if you want to win this giveaway, you need to stay right till the end when we announce the winners. So what we're giving away is 1 free month. You get a choice of 1 free month of Networkers University. So you can join us from the Facebook or for the Facebook Prospecting Academy, which is going to start next week. You also can choose a Kindle copy of the best-selling book, Freakishly Effective Social Media by Ray and Jessica Higdon, or you can choose 1 free social media coaching session with Coach Samantha. So let me know in the chat if you're ready to learn. Just type in, I'm ready to learn in the chat box if you're ready to get going with this powerful information. And I hope that you have notes or a notebook ready. So let us know when you're ready. We got a lot of readies. This is fantastic. All right, so before we jump in, let's go to a quick poll just to see where we are, and Samantha's going to help me with this one. All right, so the poll for today is Facebook a tool that you are currently using to connect? So I use it all the time, I kind of use it, not really, or I don't use Facebook at all, and we'll give you a few seconds to do that. And Sam, where are you on this? I already know the answer to this, but you can share with the rest of everyone.
I am for sure a number 1 in this situation. I do use it all the time. It's definitely one of my favorites to grow my network.
Excellent. And I'm in between 1 and 2, so I don't use it all the time. I'm getting more consistent with it, but it's definitely not a kind of use. So that's great. And we're getting a lot of people saying I kind of use it, so that's great. And I think we've only got a couple seconds left.
We've got some ones dropping in the Facebook feed.
Excellent. Awesome,
Kristen,
Judy.
Stephanie,
Yay.
Judy. Love it.
Awesome. Okay, and the results are in. So 35% of you use it all the time. Way to go, gang. There are 43% of you who are kind of using it, so that's good. You're getting comfortable with it. 16% not really, and 5% don't at all. So way to go. So we got a gauge for where you all are, and hopefully tonight will help to encourage you to tap into it a little bit more. So I'm going to pass it over to Samantha, and Samantha is going to introduce our very special guest, Chelsea.
All right. So Facebook is a key tool because you can use it to fill your funnels with curious prospects. But you need to know how to do it properly. Most people are trying to use it like a giant billboard and becoming a big time spammy pammy and turning it into almost like an info commercial. But we want to teach you how to use Facebook the right way. It really starts with connecting and socializing with clients and prospects, sharing your love and positive energy on their content. And that leads to chats and invites, which leads to you guiding prospects through your tours, which is really where the magic starts to happen. And someone who's been getting this right and who's been hitting it out of the park is Business Lady Holmes. Chelsea has found her groove and a beautiful balance between how she promotes her business, and she's also giving people a glimpse into her life and also who she is. So a little bit about Chelsea. She has been in business for 8 years and really does understand how important making connections and nurturing relationships are for her business. As an Army wife and a homeschooling mom of 5, as well as a personal trainer, Chelsea uses Facebook to build and stay in touch with her network effectively. Chelsea understands the importance of making and maintaining great connections in this business. With a busy life and being on the move in the military, she uses Facebook posts, videos, and stories to help her stay in touch with her friends and help her friends stay in the loop with her life. Chelsea has found a great balance in the content that she shares. So she's posting stories regularly, that she uses all the different features. You can see that right there with her polls and the Instagram link icon or sticker that you can use to really help increase her engagement. Chelsea's wall posts are very informative and they're entertaining. She gives her followers and friends a genuine glimpse into her day-to-day life. Chelsea really does also know how to leverage the power of video. Let's watch a few clips from some videos that she's posted.
So it's true. I've got 99 problems and they're mostly in my feet. So I just got off my monthly call with my personal trainer, Lacey, and I am super excited because she is launching a corrective program for all of the ways that our bodies overcompensate and pull in the wrong directions, and small muscle groups don't engage properly or at all, and so bigger muscle groups engage too much, and then guess what you get? You get like everything pulled out of place. Hey guys, this is gonna be a quick one because tonight is Friday night, which means it is family, pizza, and a movie night in the home household. But I have to bring you this because this is one of my favorite things that I have been using for the last 5 years, I think. And I love it, and it makes our life, makes our life, I'm throwing stuff here, makes our life much more enjoyable because every Friday night, as much as we possibly can, we try to always have a family night. Hey guys, so I'm super excited. I'm coming to you live from Miami. I will show you what I'm looking at, but today is going to be all about exploring the what if. I just came back. So funny story, we got our monthly wellness box like a couple weeks ago, probably more than that. So we've been slowly pulling stuff out. So I don't even know what's in here. Oh look, there's a Pokemon card in here. So yeah, because as we ran out of stuff, we had to put it in the cabinet, and I gave some away as gifts, and you know. So who knows what'll be in this box? I don't even know anymore. But I was getting ready to take more stuff out today, and I was like, oh yeah, that's been sitting over there, and I haven't put it away yet. And anyway, so of course we have protein. I've been digging the plant protein, rich chocolate flavor, like super smooth, loving it. So my mom reminded me, I forgot to tell you guys the story of how I stopped the fight in Jamaica. So let me just set the scene for you. So there I was minding my own business, reading my book by the pool, with lots of other people in their own chairs, and I overhear two people arguing, like literally right in front of me. It's a guy and then a mom and her adult daughter. And I just sat there and listened, and it was getting to the point where like throwing someone in the pool was threatened, and like West Side calling up my brotherhood was threatened, and I was like, oh dear Lord, we're gonna have a throwdown right here on the pool, and we're in Jamaica. Like, who fights in Jamaica, right? So I did what any mother would do, and I jumped up like Jurassic Park, Velociraptor style, and was like, whoa. We're in Jamaica, man. Why are we fighting, man? Who fights on vacation? Look at the ocean right there. Like, how are you fighting right now? So then I turned to the guy and I said, hey guy, what happened?
I'm back. I've got a camera.
Hey, great.
My camera's a little warped. They're getting it figured out, but I love that Jamaican accent, Chelsea. I could just totally picture you doing that in like the beach or whatever.
The real
Chelsea
beautiful
seems to be
thing
muted.
about those videos the real beautiful thing about those 5 little clippets of those videos is Chelsea had over 1,042 views and like 57 comments just with those videos. So she's really contributing and building on this like no trust audience by showing them a glimpse into like her life, her vacations, her things. So it's very cool to see exactly how you do that.
All right, so let's send it to Sam. Let you take it to Chelsea.
Yeah, so we're going to get right into it and just kind of pass the mic right over to Chelsea so she can break some of this down for us.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to say thanks for having me and letting me share. I love talking about this topic because honestly, I think so much of the training out there is just wrong. Like they were saying, I love that spammy pammy. That is how so many people use social media, and it's just nobody likes it. So I just want to start off saying, like, when you're thinking about your social media, think about what you would want to see and what you would want to. Like, the posts that just irritate the heck out of you when someone's trying to sell something and you're not going to buy anything that they're trying to sell or share or whatever. Don't do that. So all the things that you don't like, don't do those things. Do the things that you would respond to when you're thinking about your posts and everything. So I really wanted to start off sharing that because I think that we get too much into using social media as a selling thing. And really, it's Facebook. It literally says face in the name. So people are connecting with you because they want to see your face. They want to get to know you. They want to know, what does every day look like in your life. Like, they don't want the highlight reel. They want the real life reel. And that's really what's going to attract people to want to do business with you. So the first thing, so I have a few tips here, and we're going to kind of go through these. But the first thing is, when you're looking at how you're presenting yourself on social media, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself. Like, basically translated to, you don't want to become the Shackley Shake lady. You don't want people to only think about you as someone who has this, shake business, because they probably can't pronounce Shackley and they think it's Shakely, and that's okay. So when you're looking at like the content you're putting out, really think about like the 80-20 rule. So you're doing 80% of your real life. You're inviting people in, you're connecting with them, you're engaging with them, you're having conversations, and 20% is really like, not even like, here's a product, I'm selling it, but I'm like inviting you to something. Like, maybe you're putting it out there, like you're inviting someone to take advantage of a special offer or join an event or whatever it is, right? Like, so it's still primarily your face on your page, right? But it's still doing business, but in a way that it just keeps it approachable for people and doesn't turn people off, because you don't want people to put up walls and you don't want people to be turned off. You want them to step towards you because they're curious, not because like stepping away because they're like, oh, I don't want any of that, because people have, their negative connotations about people who do what we do. And, it's probably because they've had bad experiences. I've had bad experiences too. So it's understandable. So that's the first thing to keep in mind, right? Don't pigeonhole yourself into something that like, this is the only thing I do, because it's not. It's like, if you're a mom, you're not just a mom. There's so many other facets about you. So that brings me to my second point, is how you're presenting yourself on social media. Really narrow it down to 5 things. What are 5 things that make you, you? I mean, you heard it as I was being introduced. I'm a military wife. I am a mom of 5. I also homeschool. I'm big into health and wellness and nutrition. And, like, that's me, right? And of course, Shackley totally fits into that, but Shackley's not the most important thing, right? It just allows me to do the things that are most important. So think about those 5 things. And then the other thing is just, again, real life. Like, it's okay to have those moments where your house is a disaster and take a picture of it. It's okay, like, you're trying to get you and your kids out the door, or, you're running late for something because of whatever. Like, share those times, because those are the things that people relate to. People don't relate to the magazine cover picture. People relate to the sink full of dishes and the fact that you're trying to go somewhere and you get a flat tire or something, right? Like those are the things that people relate to. That's what they want to see. They want to really, it's all about influence, and you're using your influence in a positive way, but doing it in a way that's realistic, right? Like I feel like there's a big difference there. Like a lot of people will influence and it's positive all the time, but there is a way to present real issues and things and struggles and still be a positive influence through it. And so that's really what I use my Facebook for. That's something that I'm really passionate about, is just using that influence for good of people for real life. So the third thing is, when you're looking at social media, specifically Facebook, to grow your business, be a friend first. That is what it's about. Social media, Facebook, it's about connecting with people. It's about having these connections, this network, relating to people and having real conversations. That's what it's about. It's not about selling. That will come later, because as we all know, people do business with people that they like and they trust. And so you're putting yourself out there in a way that's building trust with people. And so they're going to be engaging with you. They're going to be commenting. You're going to be messaging them. And that is one thing I do want to encourage you to do, because as you're looking at, you're not just putting content out there. Like, you are actually interacting with people. Like, you're commenting on their posts, and you're sending them messages, because when you send someone a message and they respond, Facebook takes that as a little like trigger to, oh, these people have a relationship. Now they're going to start seeing your posts and you're going to start seeing their posts, and it's going to move them to the top of your feed. And so some of the tips you're going to learn later about social media, or maybe you already did, I can't remember, but it's so funny because we just did a challenge like this on our team where it was called the Be a Friend Challenge. And it was for 7 days, contacting like 10 people a day, just having messages, not about Shackley at all, like just being a friend and connecting. And so much good came out of that. Like, and it's again, it's not about selling that product. It's about, hey, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? Like, tell me what's new, and really just having those conversations and building those relationships and that trust. So when you're looking to connect, you can do that on posts, right? You can look at people's posts and you can like it. You can comment on it. If you don't know what to comment, you can give them a compliment. You can ask them a question. Those are two very simple things that I love to do. It's so funny because Facebook thinks that I need to see all of the pregnancy announcements, all of the baby birth announcements, anyone who runs anything, like any kind of races, like Facebook has decided those are the things that I need to see. So I see all those. So I naturally get a lot of interactions with people where I'm congratulating them on having a baby, or that they're going to be having a baby, or whatever, which is good, because my niche of people that I help is moms, exotic moms. So it works really well together, with building those relationships. And it starts with those compliments and questions. And then sending messages and stories. Here's another tip for you. Stories, when you comment on stories, it sends them a direct message. Like, it's really cool. It's almost as if it bypasses all the other steps, and all of a sudden you're in their inbox, and it's based on something that they've said, or like they've put a post up there in their stories. And so, you're naturally having a conversation, and it's just so great that you're kind of stepping into their life and you're talking about those things. So that's a great thing to be doing, is watching people's stories and commenting and liking and doing all that. So I would encourage you, every single day, look at having conversations, be a friend conversations, to just start the ball rolling, and not wanting to talk about Shackley, having no intentions to do that at any point, anytime soon. But that's how you move people from your outer circles, like your cold market, into your warm market, your hot market. Like, you have these conversations that start with being a friend. And so when you do that, you're never going to run out of people to talk to. So that's the fifth point here, is use it as a tool to connect. That is the most important piece of using social media, Facebook, as building your business, is using it as a tool to connect, because that's exactly what it is. Facebook is all about networks. You've got groups, you've got communities, you've got all these different things of, people who have common interests, and use it to connect. think of it that way. Don't think of it as selling something, you know. Don't be posting and saying a prayer and hoping someone's going to buy your stuff. Like, that doesn't work. Maybe it works sometimes, but it doesn't usually. And I think more often than not, it annoys people rather than getting them curious to step towards you. So don't do that. No posting and praying. I mean, please, by all means, pray, but not when it's with a post kind of thing. So you're looking for how to connect. Like, when you're actually putting stuff out there, you're putting content, a post, whatever, a video, stories. Think about different kinds of posts. Like, you can do education posts, different posts that can engage people. Some of my favorite ones that we do are, because we have such a big family, there's 7 people, we will shop at Aldi or Costco or whatever, and we'll say, like, here's our cards, guess how much money we spent, and people love commenting on that and guessing. And sometimes I've thrown a little Shexy in there where I'm like, the person who gets the closest, I will send you a free meal on me, and I'll send them, like, just a sample of Life Shaker. You know, you can ask people for their feedback. Like, a good one that I've had is, like, when we go to a global conference every year, I'll say, like, oh, the night of celebration is coming, and these are, like, 4 choices of shoes that I have. Which one do you like best, A, B, C, or D? Or, like, which dress do you like best? Or, you know, I'm going to be on the Dream, well, it's called Star Club trip now, whatever, in May. And so I'm really getting excited thinking about swimsuits and, you know, posting about them, like, which one do you like best? And so it just invites people to engage with you, and that's what you want. Don't ever let a post go where you have comments and you're not responding and replying to people, and, like, keep those conversations going, because the more that you interact on those posts, videos, whatever it is, the more that Facebook's going to see that other people need to see them, and it's going to push it out to more and more people. So that's kind of how you beat the system. And then the last thing here, before we wrap up, is I personally use Facebook as my business. Yeah, I have business cards too, but I don't know about you, but when someone gives me a business card, I throw it in my purse and it gets lost in the Mary Poppins-ish bag of my purse, the depths, and it never comes out. So what I do now is when I meet somebody new, I ask them, hey, are you on Facebook? Most of the time they say yes. And I say, great, let's be friends. Like, and so then, like, we'll stand there together and we'll look each other up, and we'll add each other right away, because, you know, they're naturally going to start getting to know me, because, you know, I'm going to be putting posts out there, like get to know you post or get to know me post, where I do, like, 5 weird things about me that you probably didn't know, or 10 things about my childhood that might surprise you, or something like that, you know. And I'm going to be taking time to, like, see their post and what's important to them. And that's cover a lot of problems that people are facing. I mean, I don't know how many posts I see of, like, oh, my kids are sick again. Like, I'm so sick of my kids getting sick. And, you know, I can use those, like, have conversations with people and get to the point where I'm like, hey, you know, I was thinking about you. I saw your post. Your kids are sick. Like, that used to be us, but we found some solutions. I think it might be something you'd like. Is this something you're open to learning more about? I've got webinars I can watch, whatever. Like, there's so many things that you can be doing, but using that Facebook as your business card and using it as a way to slowly go deeper with people that, you know, if you meet someone at church, you're going to see them, what, once a week? Well, that's kind of hard to build a relationship. It's much faster if you're, like, seeing each other every single day on Facebook, and you're seeing, like, stories of, like, what's going on in their life, and it just makes it so much more natural and so much more, I don't want to say effortless, but it kind of is. Like, it's just a natural progression through developing and building that trust in that relationship. So that is what I've got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it so much.
Well, thank you very much, Chelsea, for sharing your wealth of knowledge. I know the chat was on Facebook. You've shared a lot of insider tips on how to use Facebook, and we can't thank you enough for all of that. Chelsea reiterates how to use the power of social media, particularly Facebook, in her podcast. So I think we're going to cut to a clip and have a listen of some of the things she talks about in it.
It's kind of like today's business card. You know, what I have done in my business is now when I meet somebody new, I just automatically ask them, hey, are you on Facebook? And, you know, usually most people are. And if they are, then I say, great, let's connect on there. And so we could become friends on Facebook, and it's just a natural progression of, interacting with one another, commenting on different things, taking those comments to messages, and just continuing to interact with each other and getting to know each other. And so I just want to encourage you to look at social media as a tool, a way to connect with people, to get to know people better.
I want to see
Very nice.
your Mary Poppins purse. That's what I want to see. What's in that?
If you want to see it, it's ginormous. Seriously,
Yeah.
it's ginormous.
Well, there you go. Okay.
It's a dungeon.
Oh, that's funny. You nailed so many points, just like perfectly. One thing that I love how you said cold market to warm and then hot. That's what we've been teaching. So you're just bang on with that. Maybe share with you, if you could. We asked you earlier, what was your favorite product? And you had an answer. Then you gave me another answer. So share with everyone what that was.
It's true. So, I think first I said, how could I just pick one, right? And so then I went with my go-to of how I got started that really changed my health the most was Vitalizer and Life Shake. I mean, everybody can use that. Like that is, or Meology now, whichever people prefer. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what though? The business is actually the best product we have to offer, because I always say it's like, you give a man to fish, you give them a product, they feel better, great. But when you share the business, you're actually teaching them how to fish. And so they're going to be fed for the rest of their lives at whatever level that they want. So that's why my final answer is the business is the best product.
Good for you. And just share, because one of the sort of the premises of this event again was the bit of the struggle that people have had since last year with legal, getting out there and kind of slapping folks a little bit on content where they felt like they didn't. Maybe just speak to that, what we mentioned a bit earlier, how you felt and how have you moved beyond that?
Yeah. So back when it first started, I got slapped on the wrist a little bit because honestly, I had no idea some of the things that like you couldn't say, right? Like, and it was so confusing for everyone. And then I just realized that, yeah, that kind of stinks, but it takes me 2 seconds to take a post that I did like 5 years ago that nobody cares about anymore. Yeah. And I know that Shackley is just keeping with their integrity of, continuing this amazing business that we have. So I think the way that I've really taken it was I put stuff out there. Like, I know, like, there are certain things like we shouldn't say, like, we shouldn't make income claims. We shouldn't make any kind of product claims that can be linked to a disease or whatever. Like, I know that they don't like that kind of stuff. I get it. But I would rather put something out there that I feel strongly about and be told later that, it has to be taken down or changed. A lot of times it can just simply be changed, very simply, no big deal. And so I like to focus more on putting out how the products have impacted me overall in my life and not necessarily a specific product here and there. Because what I want to do is I want to get someone into a message and then in a conversation, like on the phone or Voxer or whatever, so that I can get a full picture. Because I've had so many times where people are like, oh, I need help sleeping. And I'm like, sure, I could sell you Dream Serene, and that's going to be helpful. I know it's a great product. It works well. But I think the reason you're not sleeping is because you're probably deficient in some of these key areas. And so I would like to focus more on foundational health and building that. And I'm not going to get that full picture of what's going on in their life and in their health if I don't have that conversation. And what we are is we're consultants, and we don't have to have all the answers. We don't have to be health experts by any means whatsoever. We have so many resources within Shackley, within the community, with webinars and all of that. But what we are really good at is asking questions and helping people to, connect with the right solutions that they have. So I look at it as that, like, Facebook is that connection piece that really gets me off of social media and into an actual conversation with somebody, however that looks. I'm a busy mom, so a lot of times I use Voxer with people because trying to get on a phone call is chaotic, to say the least. So there are other ways to have those conversations when you're really busy. But that's how I look at it.
Could you mention the Voxer thing for a moment?
Yeah, so Voxer is like a voice messaging app. And I know most people probably know, like on your iPhone, you can send voice messages, but you can't like pause them and rewind, and your screen has to stay on, and it's so frustrating when it's a long message. But Voxer, it's the same concept, but it's like you can pause it, you can rewind it, like I can turn it on and pop my headphones in and walk around the house, and like I can push the button once and like have a whole conversation. Actually, my upline, my mentor Alyssa and I, this is how we communicate like all the time, because we can put like images in there and all kinds of stuff. So Voxer, it's free, it's fantastic. I love it for my teams too, because we're all very busy.
Well, we won't get into Voxer for now. That sounds like a whole other webinar.
Yeah.
But there's a little tip for you guys. And maybe Kristen, you're probably checking comments. What kind of questions maybe do people have?
The one main question people are having, Chelsea, is how, with being a busy mom, they're like, how do you do it? How do you manage it all? And how much time do you typically spend getting all of that and utilizing Facebook the way you do?
I will say it's been more of consistency over time, just every single day knowing I'm going to post at least once a day. I don't care what it's about. There are some days when I'm uninspired, and so that's when I'll throw like a funny thing up there or something. But I think, it can get overwhelming. So one thing you can do is, if you're trying to spend time like commenting on stuff and engaging with people, set a timer. So, I'm going to take 5 minutes and I'm going to scroll, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it, but I'm also not going to get sucked in, and I'm going to interact with people. That's one thing that you can do. There are so many different platforms that you can use to schedule your posts. Like, that's what I do for my private community group. I schedule all those posts. I mean, you can schedule directly within Facebook, obviously not for your personal page, but I mean, in your groups you can. So that takes something off of my plate to think about every day. But I just want to encourage you too that there are different seasons. Like, I am not in the building my business to get off the ground phase right now. My business is already up and it's flying in the air. And it's just a different season. Like, when I was first getting started in the beginning, I was spending a lot more time each day. Still though, I mean, maybe like an hour or two a day. And I would work in the here's and there's. My kids did not nap. So I did not have the beautiful glory nap time to work during that everyone talks about. I didn't have that. Yeah. So I would do stuff really early in the morning before the kids are up, or I'd stay up a little later than them and do stuff at night. Or I love it when my kids are strapped in the car because then they can't go anywhere and it's safe. And so then like I can send out some messages, and I think just knowing your plan in advance, like, who are the people you're contacting? What are the events you're inviting to? Like, what is it that you need to get done, so that when you have 5 minutes, you can shoot out messages real quick, and you don't need to respond to them right then and there. Like, too much chaos happens when you're trying to send messages and respond at the same time. But if you can time block your day out and say, okay, this is my time, I'm working on my business, I'm going to be working on this task now. And then later at this time, I'm going to be working on this task. So just really falling in love with a good planner is fantastic. I mean, I time block everything. That's really helpful for me. And then again, just remembering those seasons, that in the beginning you're building, you're trying to construct a house and the foundation takes a while. But once that foundation is built, everything else goes a little faster and a little different.
Yeah, good for you. And Kristen, what other questions maybe we have before we go to poll?
I didn't see any other ones other than the main question was, how much time are you taking and how the heck are you doing it? So thank you.
There you go. And she kind of told us how she's doing it. So
right.
I will say this for the
available.
For those of you watching, make sure you go to the replay and watch it again. Chelsea said several things, some little nuggets of wisdom that just maybe zipped by you. You'll want to hear the replay to get that again. Tips and ideas she gave you, for example, how she goes asking people, hey, I'm going to go shopping. Which option do you want? Gets engagement, allows her to turn those into conversations. And hopefully you guys are hearing this, and that posting and praying is not a strategy. So post and then move it to a conversation is really the new way to utilize social media. It's not like 5 years ago where you could post and you might have a flood of people come in your direction. It just doesn't work like that really anymore. So Kristen, let's take it to poll. All
right, let's take it to poll. And so, how I think the poll is, yes, there it is. I'm on the right spot. Good. So after watching this, how confident are you feeling now about using social media, particularly Facebook, to build connections for your business? So 1, super confident. Let's go, Batman. A little bit more confident, still
Let's go
not sure,
Batman.
or not confident at all. We had a Batman theme today, so that's
I
what
love it.
that's where that came.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I know for Samantha and I, it's all about the "Let's go Batman."
Oh,
We're
yes.
utilizing that much more, so that's good. And I love seeing there's a lot of 1s and 2s coming into the chat. Patty, a bunch of 1s. She's all for it, so that's great. That's great. I love to hear that you're feeling a little more confident about it, and that it's taken a little bit of the overwhelm away, because we know how social media is. It can definitely be overwhelming. So okay, poll results. So 18% of you are super confident. Let's go. 62% of you are feeling a little more confident. So there we go. We have 1 tonight. We've helped help some people feel more confident. 15 still not sure, and there's 5% of you that aren't confident yet. So for those of you who are in the not sure, not confident yet, highly recommend, and we'll get the team to put the chat, or not the chat, the link to the replay so you can go back and watch this and have a listen again, and listen to it a couple times till you can absorb and hear what Chelsea's saying and really how simple her strategy is. Because I found as she was going through all this and as we were working on this, she really helped simplify how to utilize Facebook. So come on back and have a listen.
And let's give some shout outs too to Kirsten out there, and I see Judy and Red, Sereno, Sue Richards who are engaging, Julianne. We see lots of people here in the live stream out there, so super appreciate that. So hey, before I get going, first type in the chat here or in the live stream what you liked best about what Chelsea shared, and give her some love and emojis. For those of you watching on the live stream, we even have some little emoji animations you might see here.
So to recap, we want you to learn how to use Facebook so you know how to increase your volume and advance rank. Let's be very clear about that. To do that, Facebook and social media in general needs to be a part of a holistic strategy, and that starts with a business plan. That's why we teach the YFP business blueprint. It helps you and your new builders set goals to create a simple action plan that can give you, or that can take someone from 0 to senior director or higher in 12 months or less. To achieve this, and you want to hit these 3 objectives. So first, find 1 serious builder a month and teach them how to do their monthly block of volume, of product volume, so that you do this by guiding people through the Explore the Opportunity tour. The truth is there are loads of ways to enroll distributors. However, very few of them duplicate. A simple process that anyone on your team can access is duplicatable. Second, find 2 new customers a month by guiding people through the wellness tour or the Learn and Earn program. And third, you teach your key leaders to duplicate this process by connecting them to high quality training and leading by example. And Facebook is a key part in finding these people and guiding them to your funnels. It starts with connecting and socializing with clients and prospects, and sharing your love and positive energy on their content. I can't drive that enough. You have to engage with them. And that leads to the chats and the invites, which leads to you guiding these prospects through the tour, which again, that's where the magic really starts to happen.
Excellent. Okay, so last poll of the night, and this one is critical because in the DMO and in the DAC, so the daily activity tracker, which we're going to be, or daily activity checklist, which we'll be giving away here at the end, those pieces are what helps you get to your 1 tour a day. And guess what it all has to do with? Interacting. So are you implementing your DMO and your DAC so you can get your 1 tour away? So let us know in the poll or in the chat. So yes, Or 2, I've started, but it's not consistent yet. Or 3, not yet. Have you been getting there and getting consistent? And I'll keep an eye here for those of you in the live stream. And so good. Most of you are 2. You've started, but you're not consistent yet. So that's good. So that means that you're working on it, right? Working on just getting a little better with it. Don't beat yourself up if you're not consistent yet. Just keep going. Every day is a new day. And same thing in the chat. So Joanne is a yes. And
yes.
So way to go. And for those of you who haven't started yet, that's okay. There, like I said, every day is a new day. So pull it out and get going. Even if you get started with taking 10 minutes and interacting with your friends on your social media platforms and giving them some love and engagement, that's going to boost you in the algorithm, right? And just like Chelsea said, and I know we've talked about it a lot, the conversations, the chats that you have, it tells the algorithms that, hey, these 2 people think they're pretty, they want to talk more. So we better make sure that they see each other's posts. All right. So we have in in the poll, so 1% of you have got a solid yes. So way to go. 53% of you have started, but you're not consistent yet. So I just want to commend you all for taking the steps and you're getting there. And then 45 not yet. So like I said, it's a new day every day. So pull that out and get started.
I want to just tie one point that Chelsea said that I thought was perfect, is that she's teaching Facebook what she wants to interact with, right? Who her audience is, by engaging with them. So if you want to engage with people that are disappointed, unhappy, angry, nasty, engage with them. But they're probably not your target market on social. So my recommendation is seek out and just engage with those. Yeah, you may want to have political rants or whatever, but I would just not engage with that in the social space that you want to use for your business. Do that somewhere else. So this is great. Let's go to our final segment here and talk about our special offer. So, it's proven that long-term success on social media requires highly effective third-party tools and training that gives you leverage, direction, and resources that your company, Shaklee, can't always give. And so to help you get leverage, because that's really what this business is about, right? Direction and speed up growth, we have 4 powerful resources to help you, and we're making it easier than ever to start with our Spring into Social specials. And if you get any one of these services that you see on the screen, you'll also get a free Kindle ebook of the best-selling book, Freakishly Effective Social Media by Ray and Jessica Higdon. And this book, it isn't just a generic social media how-to guide. There's lots of those out there. It's a concise, value-packed, step-by-step guide to using social media to authentically build your network marketing business. And it's one of the key books that really helped me see the change several years ago that, okay, this is how social media really should be done for network marketers. So the first resource you want for long-term success with social media is a place to bring your clients after you get them off of Facebook. And I love that Chelsea said that. She's right on target with that. Your success on social, again, relies on your ability to get people off of Facebook and into your world, into your what we call a marketing funnel, which allows you to move them to a follow-up sequence, which of course is things like emails and SMS updates and messaging, so forth. And then you move them into a customer retention program where you're educating them with events and articles and podcasts and videos. And you don't want to have to be doing all of that creation yourself. Your job is to get them off of Facebook and move them into the system so that the system does most of the heavy lifting, so you can go back and focus on stage number 1, which is getting them off of Facebook. So let's talk a little bit about how we can do that, and that's with My Freedom Builder. And what it is an educational marketing platform that we've been working on for almost 20 years that includes a business funnel and a wellness funnel for enrolling builders and customers. It also includes a follow-up system with wellness-focused emails that our team writes, designs, and sends for you on a weekly basis. And it all connects to a wellness resource center that's jam-packed with science-based wellness content that ties into a learn and earn program. The great thing about our system is that almost all of the heavy lifting is really handled by our team. That means you don't need any tech skills to use it. and you can keep your focus on business building. You just point people to it, guide them through it, and then teach your team to do it. Now, to help you get started, you can save $150 your first month, which is what we call the onboarding month. That's when our team helps you get everything configured and set up with My Freedom Builder. So this is a special deal for webinar attendees or anyone watching this replay. And if you're interested, go ahead and type in the chat, I want the MFB deal. Or if you did see this on a replay, message us for the help center and we'll take care of you. Again, if you message us here in the chat, we'll send you a special link. We'll connect with you and give you a special link for that. Now, the second resource you want for long-term success with social media is high quality training so you can avoid pitfalls and get a shortcut to success. You know, in this webcast, really, we were only able to cover the tip of the iceberg of Facebook prospecting. So if you'd like to learn how to implement the critical strategies needed to power your prospecting using Facebook, we'd like to invite you to enroll in Networkers University and join us next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern with Chelsea. She's going to be joining us, so we appreciate that, for our brand new class, Facebook Prospecting Academy 2.0. She is going to be talking about groups, as you see, and that's one of the reasons why we first sort of thought about Chelsea. Is Sam was saying she's killing it in groups, doing incredibly well, and we know a lot of people struggle, and we wanted to have her share that. You know, most people in network marketing, again, they look at social media as if it were a bulletin board that you can pin your sales pitches to, and they hope success will happen. They hope someone will respond and they hope someone will buy, but hope is not an effective marketing strategy. That's why it's important to get high quality training so you'll know how to properly utilize what is really the most powerful prospecting and marketing tool invented in history, of course, Facebook. By the way, not saying don't have hope, right? We want you to be optimistic, but that shouldn't be the only way you're doing this. So now, why take our course? Well, not only have we been teaching this subject for almost 10 years, the first course we launched was in 2013 on the Facebook Prospecting Academy, but we've also managed the Facebook ad and marketing campaigns for hundreds of builders over the years. We're probably into the thousands now. And we've created over 5,000 social page posts for our clients. So we know how to create content, how to help you get results. And as a digital marketing company, we've got special access to Facebook's business team. And this gives us unique insights about their system that most people don't know about. For example, when pages get unpublished, we know how to deal with it. It doesn't mean we're always successful with it, but we certainly know the course of action to take, among many other things from running ads and things like that. You can, of course, join us live in the Networkers or in the classroom in Networkers University, or watch the replays on demand 24/7 from your course library. Now, the Facebook Prospecting Academy 2.0 will help you know where to put your focus on Facebook, optimize your profile for prospecting success, get answers on the most effective way to use stories, and it'll also help you learn how to create curiosity posts, discover how to use Facebook Lives, and know how to choose who sees your posts. And we just might want to double check the mute too for, I believe, our guests there, Ben. It'll also help you learn how to use Messenger for prospecting. And on our next slide, Grace, Networkers University, or NWU for short, also gives you access to learn critical leadership, prospecting technology, and digital marketing skills taught by top leaders and experts that are essential for today's online network marketer. So what you'll learn will help you excel in any situation in your network marketing career. And if you enroll in Networkers University, you'll save $150 your first onboarding month, and you'll get, again, a free copy of the ebook, Freakishly Effective Social Media, I mentioned earlier. Now, the third resource for success on social is to have winning content that is posted consistently to your social spaces that builds your credibility, authority, and influence. Your main objective on social, again, is to create content that gets your audience to know, like, and trust you. And creating content for your social spaces that doesn't get you in hot water with legal has become much harder than before. And you may be shocked by what the legal department will actually tell you is not allowed. And if you want to keep your focus on prospecting, Let's just show them that slide again of what was not allowed if we could, Ben. Yeah, so these are posts that you wouldn't think, benefits of soy, what's wrong with that? Actually, that image is okay, but it's what's said in the post. Well, we can help you with things like that. If you want to keep your focus on prospecting and feel the freedom that comes with having a team of social media experts, posting winning content on your behalf on your Facebook and Instagram, your groups pages and or LinkedIn spaces daily. So you can just sort of step aside from that. You can be part of it, but the machine runs even if you're on the beach, right? And you want the peace of mind that it won't get you in trouble. I encourage you to subscribe to our Social Marketing 365 service. Now, this doesn't replace your personal profile posting. That's the beautiful thing. You get to continually post yourself on your profile, but we handle all your outlying areas. Not to say we replace you, but we are kind of the skeleton, if you will, of your content. Now, if you join now, you can save $200 off your first month and start for just $97 and get our social marketing team working on your behalf. And if you're interested in more than one of the services I've just covered, you can choose one of our bundle plans and save. Now, I recommend choosing one of my Freedom Builders bundle plans because what they do is they actually will bundle those 3 services into one. So you don't have to pay each monthly onboarding. If you are interested in more than one plan, you just got one easily monthly payment. And that's why the leader bundles are so popular. You can save an extra $300 off your first month and basically just start for as little as $150 for all 3 services. So if a bundle plan interests you, just let us know so we can get one of our sales pros to contact you and discuss the best bundle for you. Now, the last resource for long-term success on social is to have a Facebook business page. Pages allow you to use their ad system, see analytics, and talk freely about your business and products without getting put in Facebook jail. Because you're not allowed to talk about business really. You're not allowed to do business on your profile. So what we suggest is your page allows you to move people from your profile to your page. And that's, again, something you're going to learn in the Facebook Prospecting Academy. If you don't have a business page yet, and you don't want to waste time trying to figure out the ins and outs of the ever-changing landscape on Facebook, let our team jumpstart your fan page, your business page, and audience building campaign, meaning they'll run what's called a like campaign, which allows you to get followers, people who are liking your page, that you can create a connection with. And again, you can save $100 off our Jumpstart service. Our design team, they're going to create a cover photo that is unique to you and your brand. They'll configure all your settings and add the necessary information to build credibility with fans, and will customize your Facebook personal profile and link your About section in your profile to your business page. So that way your friends can find your business page easily. You don't want to be linking to Shackley, like works at Shackley. You want to get rid of that because number one, that's going to get you in trouble if you post anything that Shackley doesn't like on your profile. So you want to remove that. Plus, you don't work at Shackley, right? You work for you. So you want to connect to your business page. So if you're ready to feel the freedom that comes with having a team working on your behalf and third-party tools and resources that give you leverage and a shortcut to success, join while our Spring into Social special is on. And you got some time. It ends Monday, April the 25th. And if you're not ready to buy just yet, book a free discovery call to see how we could help. If you'd like to talk to an expert, drop your name, phone number, and email into the chat, and you can do it privately by selecting the names drop down and just choosing panelists only here in Zoom, or you could do it in the live stream, or you can book a call with us by visiting yourfreedomproject.com/explore. Or take a 30-day test drive of our Freedom Builder system. You can do that by visiting yourfreedomproject.com/trial. And what Chelsea showed you earlier with her appointment book is really, that's kind of your DMO, isn't it, Chelsea?
Oh, totally.
That's what keeps her on track. Yeah, right. I wanted to ask one thing. When you first started the business, I'm assuming you may not have been quite that organized?
Oh, no.
You were just
I'm 8 years in, and I'm finally getting a system now for tracking my expenses and everything.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chelsea, for taking the time to join us for this. And we hope you got a ton of value out of what was shared tonight. And two, if you're open to sharing this, come into the YFP group and share with others who may not have watched this yet what you were able to get out of it. And we just look forward to seeing you all next week in NWU. And Chelsea, again, thank you so much for sharing your incredible knowledge with us and your experiences. I think it's helped a lot of people.
Thanks for having me. This was super fun. I love doing this kind of stuff.
Excellent.
You're great.
All right. So until next time, everybody, take care. And
Good night, everyone.
Get out there.
Yeah, you can do it. You got this.